Shroud is back and the man has an instant replay on stream. People are going crazy about it, tutorials are popping up, but to be honest, I watched some of them and they're not pretty clear. So I decided to make one of my own. I'm going over everything step by step, and just as a note, it's important that you don't skip anything in this video. Not saying this for my watch time, but there are different things you need to enable and disable and link together, etc. If you miss one of them, it will not work and it will be hard to find out what you did wrong. So just watch this tutorial the whole way through, do everything together with me and everything will be fine. Welcome back everyone, the Video Nerd here, and welcome to this instant replay tutorial. If you don't follow me on Twitch, I stream every Monday, Wednesday and sometimes Friday. I do Q&A with the community, I play games, I make thumbnails on screen, I do all kinds of stuff. If you want to come talk to me on stream, I will link it right here on the screen, and I will also put the link in the description so you can give me a follow if you want. And a big thanks to Own.tv for sponsoring this video. They are the biggest stream graphics shop on the internet. If you're looking for graphics for your stream, then look no further and just go to their website. And I'm really serious about this, they actually are. You can test out all packs by using their preview, which lets you trigger certain events to get a feel of how the graphic will look on your stream. All their graphic packs are modular, so that means that the layout that you will be creating will be different from that of someone else, even if you're using the same pack. If you want to give your stream a professional look and you can't pay someone to create a custom pack, then this is definitely the way to go. They also have things like sub-badges, sub-emotes, separate transitions and much more. Owned has been a big player in the streaming industry for quite some time. They are amazing to work with, and by getting a design from them you're also supporting my channel. And my code TVN, which will be applied when you click my link in the description, will also give you 50% off. So if you're on the fence of buying an overlay, right now would be a good time. I will link it in the description. Own.tv, check them out. Let's go to OBS Studio, and I've already opened it and I created one test scene, an in-game scene, and I just added an image to represent the whole scene. So we can work with this and we will add an instant replay right here. Before doing anything, we will download the instant replay plugin. I will add the link to the description and I will just grab it right now. So let me grab it on my other screen. Right here, this is the download page, and right here on the right you can click on download. So we just click on that, then you get one file, and we will need to place this in our OBS Studio directory, so just follow me to see where we have to place this. Now I will go to my C drive, which is my normal Windows drive, and there for me it's in program files. Maybe for you it's in this folder, you will have to check that out. I will double click program files, then I will go a bit to the bottom till I see OBS Studio right here. You go there, then you go to data, after that to OBS plugins. After that you go to front-end tools and then to scripts, and right here we need to place the file. I already did it right here, but you just take the file that you downloaded and you just drag it to here, and then you will have to give it permission and it will place a file there. After that we close OBS Studio, we reopen it, open it as administrator. This can eliminate a lot of problems. By the way, this is a good tip for people who haven't done this yet. Right click your OBS Studio, right click that one, go to properties, and then you go to advanced, and then you enable run as administrator. Right, you click on OK, you click on OK, and then every time you click OBS Studio it will automatically run as administrator, so you can't forget it, and that fixes a lot of problems. Okay, back to the video. The first thing we need to do is create a new scene, and we will call it instant replay. So this is the scene in which we will build our instant replay, and then we will add that to another scene, but that's for later. Right now, let's make our instant replay look good right here. The first thing that we will do is add this instant replay graphic to our scene. Where can you find it? It's in my Discord, so click the link in the description. Then once you join my Discord, right here you see free stuff overlays, and there I have this overlay pack, and the instant replay is part of this. So when you scroll to the bottom you see updated neon pack, you just click on that to download it, and I already placed it in a folder right here. So then you right click it, you unpack it with whatever program you have, you click extract here, that's the same for every unpacking tool, and then right here you see neon pack, instant replay, and this is the graphic that we will be using. As you see right here, we will add our instant replay in the middle between these lines. So let's close this, and now let's go to OBS Studio, let's click on the plus icon, and then let's choose media source. Okay, let's call it instant replay graphic. Okay, let's click on OK, click on browse, and then we will need to find the replay. For me, it's right here, instant replay graphic neon pack, instant replay right here. You double click it, and then you enable loop, and this right here, you disable the middle one, and then you enable the last two again. Now you click on OK. Here is our replay. Right click it right here, or right click it in the sources, go to transform, and then fit to screen, and that will make it full screen. Right now, the next thing we need to do is add our replay right here. But first we need to set up the replay buffer so it actually gets captured. So how do we do that? Click on the settings, then go to the output settings, and then right here you see replay buffer. You make sure that this is enabled because by default it will be disabled. And then let's set the maximum replay time to something like 20 seconds. Then the maximum memory in megabytes, I think by default it's 512, and that's okay, so let's just leave it at this. Now by enabling this, OBS Studio will remember the last 20 seconds of our stream. Then while streaming, when you press the keybind that we will set up later, these last 20 seconds will get saved, and that's what will be shown on your stream as the instant replay. So now before clicking on OK, we also need to set up the recording settings, because these are what will be used to record the last instant replay and to actually save it. And we can actually change our encoder to use stream encoder, and that will just use the same settings as our stream, so it will be the same quality. That's perfect. Then after setting the encoder to use stream encoder, we need to do two more things. The first thing is select an output path, a recording path, and this is important because a lot of files will be saved. Every time you make a replay or every time you press the button, a new file will be saved, so make sure that there's enough space. So let's click on browse, and then I will also save it in the instant replay like Shroud, and let's make a new folder for replays. Okay, we will make it safe right here. Click select folder. Then the last thing is the audio track. Now I'll try to make this very simple. Let's click on OK, and let's go to our audio settings. So let's go to advanced audio properties. Right here you will see all the audio sources that are on your stream. So don't mind anything you're seeing right here, because this is not a setup stream, right? So you will see the default source right here, which will be your desktop sound. Then you will also see your microphone, maybe your music, things like that. And then right here on the right, you see to which tracks you are sending these. And then in our recording settings, let's go back right here, recording. Then right here, we can disable all the tracks and only enable track 6. So then only track 6 will be recorded, and that will also be played on the instant replay. So then only the audio sources that you're sending to the 6th track in your advanced audio properties will actually be shown in the instant replay. Now the next thing we need to do is make one test replay or one example replay, because we need to add that to our stream, and then that replay will always be replaced with the most up-to-date one every time you press your keybind. I will go over this later how it works exactly, just follow me right now. So on the right you will see start replay buffer. If you don't see this, you haven't enabled it in your output settings, and you can do that right here. Okay, so let's click start replay buffer, and right now OBS Studio will be remembering the last 20 seconds of our stream. So you don't actually have to be streaming for this to work. Right now it's caching whatever I see right here. So I'll wait more than 20 seconds, and then I will press this download button, so I will skip ahead. Okay, so I waited more than 20 seconds, and let me show you exactly what happens with the replay buffer, because many people have questions about this. So I will show my folder while showing OBS Studio. And right here we will go to this folder, replays. We selected this as our recording output, right? So right now, when the replay buffer is working, when I press this icon, I will click it, and you will see a replay appearing right here. And that's how it works. So when you enable this replay buffer, it will keep reminding the last 20 seconds, and every time you click on this download or this save button, it will export the last 20 seconds to the folder that we selected, which is right here, because when we double click this, you will see that it's just the last 20 seconds. It was always the same. So this is how it works. Now we will be adding this to our stream, and then we will be replacing it. So right here in the sources, let's make this full screen again. We will click on the plus icon, and we will choose media source again. Now we will call this last replay. Okay, let's click on OK, let's click on browse, and right now you need to go to the folder where you saved your replays, where this replay was saved, and you need to select that, and that will be the dummy replay. Right now also enable loop, enable restart, disable, enable, enable. Let's click on OK. And right now we need to reposition this. Now it will be kind of unclear since our replay was exactly this screen, right? As you see, this is the replay that we made and this is the replay graphic. So this is not optimal, but it's what we will have to be working with. So let's make it something like this. Let's make this bigger and just make sure that it fits perfectly within these lines. I will keep it at this. You will have to be very specific right here, but it works like this. So right now we have our in-game scene, and then we have our instant replay scene where we have the instant replay background graphic, and then another media source, which is one of the replays we just saved, right? And that will be shown within these lines. Now the next thing we will be doing is making sure that every time we press the instant replay button, which we will keybind later, every time we press that button, this replay right here will be replaced with the last replay that we saved. How do we do that? For that we need the script that we installed. So on the top, let's go to tools, let's go to scripts, and then right here click on the plus icon to add a new script, and right here we see the instant replay. If you haven't done this, if you skipped in the video, you will have to download this file, the link is in the description, place it in this directory right here, and then we will be able to open it, and here it is. Now what we will be doing is we will be selecting this media source to make sure that this script will be replacing this source with the last replay we make. It's kind of complicated, I know, but I watched a lot of videos on this and people were like saying all random things together. I'm trying to make this a clear process and explain as much as I can to you. Maybe I'm being repetitive, but I hope that everyone will understand it this way. So right now we will click on media source and we will select last replay, and then we will make these max attempts 5. Okay, click on close. What's happening right now? Let's recap. We have our replay graphic, we have the last replay right here, and we have installed the script. There's one extra thing to do. Let's go to the settings, let's go to the hotkeys, and then you will see right here, where is it? Instant replay, right here, instant replay. I will add a keybind to this right here, and I will click on OK. Now the basic setup is done. So now every time I click on this instant replay button, it will save the last 20 seconds and it will replace this last replay media source right here with that file that I saved by clicking on the replay button with the last 20 seconds. So every time let's click on it, right now it will replace the file, and as you see, it created a new thing. It's kind of a picture-in-picture thing. Every time I make a new replay right now, it will have one extra instant replay. I will click it again, and then as you will see, it has one again, but we know that it's working right now. So let's go to our folder. Let's grab this to the right. As you see right here, every time I make a new replay right now, let's click the button. You will see that a new file will be created right here, and then that file will be inserted right here in our instant replay. Now it's time for the next step, and that's making sure that we can show this instant replay on our in-game scene. So let's go to the in-game scene. Right here you will have a lot of sources, right? But we will not be adding anything right here. We will be making a new scene, and that new scene needs to be exactly the same as this in-game scene. So once you set up your whole in-game scene, right click it and then click on duplicate and then choose a new name. I will call it in-game and then replay. Click on OK, and then we have a new scene. Let's position it right here. So we have in-game, and then we have the same scene but for the replay. Now what we will be doing in that new scene that we created, we will click on the plus icon and we will click on scene right here, and then we will add this instant replay scene. So let's click instant replay, click on OK. Now we added it. Let's make sure that we rescale it a bit, and then for example, you will probably be making it like this big, but I will just make it like this so you can see everything very clear. This is our instant, or you know what, let's make it big. This is our instant replay. Okay, so right now we have our in-game scene, And then we will be switching to our in-game replay scene to show the replay, but we wanted to animate in, right? Now the basic setup is actually done. Let me show you how this works, and then after that we will add the animation. So when I go to in-game, now I will wait 20 seconds, so the last 20 seconds of the replay are actually this scene, because then we will be seeing everything much clearer. So let's skip ahead. Okay, I waited 20 seconds. So let's say you are gaming, you're in the in-game scene, something crazy happened. First of all, you click on the instant replay hotkey. So let me click on it right now. Now the instant replay is being added to the other scene. So right now when I go to in-game, you will see that I actually have an instant replay with the last 20 seconds of our stream. Then once the crazy thing happened right here, you go back to the in-game scene, and that's everything. Now of course this looks pretty simple. It looks like a newbie stream. Now do you want to be a newbie? I don't think so. So let's add some animations to this to make this very clean. We will need to install something which is the Move plugin, and I will actually open it on my second screen. Let me grab it right here and then I will show you. Right here it is. This is the Move plugin, and right here you see the instructions to install it. So we will download it. Right here, then we choose Windows, click on download. It gets downloaded, but then we also, let's go back one page, okay. We will need to install the latest Visual C++. To be completely honest, I'm not sure if this is actually necessary. I installed it. You can try without it, okay, but if you want, just install this. And then after that, we will be doing this right here. So we will need to unzip these two folders in our OBS Studio folder. So let's go to our files right here. Let's go to the C drive, program files, then scroll a bit down and search OBS Studio. Where is it? Let's type right here in front of me, OBS Studio. And right here, you will need to place these two folders. As you see, I already did it, data and OBS plugins, but you just select these two, you drag them to here and you place them there. Maybe you will have a conflict with permissions, etc. Then you unpack it first and then you place it in there. Everything will work. Now make sure that OBS Studio is closed before you place them here and then reopen it afterwards. So once you did that, let's go back to OBS Studio. Now what did we install exactly? Right here you see these scene transitions, right? You have cut and fade right now. But we will click on the plus icon and then we will add the Move transition. This is what we just installed. Let's just call it Move. Click on OK. You don't need to change anything right here. Let's click on OK and let me briefly explain you what the Move transition is doing. So what the Move transition does is it compares two scenes. So let's say you have scene A and then scene B. If you transition from A to B, it checks which elements are being added to the scene and which are being removed, and it adds an animation to these elements. So right here we have our in-game, and then we have the in-game replay, and in the in-game replay there's one extra element, the replay, right? So when we click on it, it animates that element into the scene, and when we go back to in-game, it animates it out of the scene. I actually think that this looks pretty good, but some people want to make it like fade in and scale from one position, so you can also do that. Let me show you how to do it. So right here in the scene transitions, make sure the Move transition is selected. Then let's click on this settings icon, go to properties, and then scroll down to right here appearing items, because that's what's happening, right? We will be changing this position to center instead of center left, and then also disappearing items, we will change this to center. Right here, click on OK, and right now you will see that this happens. This actually looks pretty neat. Now of course some people have stinger transitions, right? And I will show you an example with the stinger transition of this neon pack, of which we just took the instant replay, right? So let's click on the plus icon right here and then choose stinger. Let's call it neon stinger, okay? Click on browse and then let's take the stinger transition. So it is right here, instant replay, graphic, yeah, neon pack, stinger, right here, okay, neon stinger. Let's select this. Okay, I will set this up real quick. Okay, so I think the neon stinger will work. Let's check. Okay, so the stinger works, but right now, when we go to in-game, the stinger is actually being used instead of the Move transition. So then we will right click on the in-game replay right here. we will go to transition over right, and then we will select move right here. So then the neon stinger which is selected right here will be used for all scenes, except for this in-game replay scene. Right here the move transition will be used. So right now when we go to our normal in-game, the stinger will be used, and that's actually how Shroud is doing it. And bam, this is how you add it to your stream. I think that this is great for your stream quality. Now, we've seen this stinger transition, right? We added the instant replay graphic. If you want to set up the whole graphics pack, which you see right here, I will be making a tutorial on how to set up this whole pack. I will add it to the cards right there. You can go check it out. If you want to come talk to me on stream, if you want to chill a bit with the community, if you have a question, doesn't matter what, you can check out my Twitch. I will add it to the screen right here. Also a link in the description, you can give me a follow. If you want to set up anything else for your stream, I have a Streamlabs OBS playlist, I have a OBS Studio playlist. A lot of in-depth tutorials are on there with little tricks inside it, so you can check out these tutorials if you want. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope that I will see you in one of these 2 videos. Have a nice day.